What's up, everybody? This is Nick with Project Central back here with you, and today, grand opening of a new Harbor Freight store. It's a little bit closer to my house than the other one, and one thing I wanted to do real quick today, picking some stuff up here for future projects, but I just wanted to go inside and show you maybe like 10 items you are possibly overlooking here at Harbor Freight. So let's go check it out. Okay, so very first thing, if you're not signed up for the coupons are number one. You should always look at the last promotional ad because there's a bunch of coupons they dump out at once. But my favorite place to go, it's harborfreightcoupondatabase.com. I'll post a link, but it's cool because they've compiled a lot of the non-expiring coupons and the percentage off coupons, and they do a good job over there. So that's definitely the first tip. Next up is the Riv Nut Setter. These things are awesome. They are really cool for whenever you need to either temporarily attach something so you can remove it later, versus like a rivet, which is semi-permanent unless you drill it out and redo it. But these will actually put in a threaded insert and then smush them together. Here, we'll maybe show some video of how that works. But for 50 bucks, I think the one I bought off Amazon was way more than that, and I've used it a bunch. It's great for like firewall work when you're mounting something to a firewall, or if you need, like, just put a bolt somewhere and you can't get to the back of it. Definitely consider the Riv Nut tool next time you're at Harbor Freight. Next item on the list, did you know that Harbor Freight has their own brand of like epoxies and super glues, stuff like, I think this is basically JB Weld, but for $5, this stuff is quite a bit cheaper. So if you're like, look at this red thread locker. If you go to the parts store and get some of this thing would be 10 bucks. Definitely consider picking some of this stuff up. I didn't even know they had this. The other store is hidden, but this new store, it's kind of laid out better. Coming in at 10 bucks, cordless micro engraver. Very handy if you're in a shop with other dudes or dudettes that have some sticky fingers. They like to borrow your things. You can take this, just put a little initial or make like a line or something to mark your stuff to make it different from everybody else's stuff. Because remember, there's only one thief in the shop. Everyone else is just trying to get their stuff back. Next up, step bits. Specifically talking about these ones are about 14 bucks. The set of 3, especially like in a drill press, they do fantastic. They work in all sorts of materials, and these ones go from 1/8 inch to 3/4. Very, very, very handy to have a set of these. And then, like whenever you get the coupons that are, 10% off anything under 20 bucks or whatever, and then these do go on sale quite often. So keep a look on those, but step bits, very, very handy. Next up, electric foot switch. This is pretty handy, right? So like if you want to be able to use both your hands while you're turning your machine on and then have it turn off when you're done, you can, plug this in and then plug the machine to that. I can see using this on like a bench grinder. That seems like a pretty smart decision. Walk up, step on the foot pedal, bench grinder starts up, you got both hands free, maybe you've got some PPE on or whatever, and then when you're done you just step off of it and the bench grinder will stop. So kind of cool. Maybe check that out next time you're at the store. Next up, one of my favorite hammers, the brass hammer. Right, 2-pound brass hammer. The beauty of the brass hammer is that You can hit stuff, like if you need to drive in bolts through stuff, you can hit it with the brass hammer and it won't gall the ends up because the brass is softer than the steel you're hitting. It's great for driving, like I said, anchor bolts into concrete. It's really good for that because it doesn't mar it. You can still put the nut on afterwards. Or like if you're trying to persuade something into shape, into place, and you don't want to put any marks on it, brass hammer is the way to go. About 30 bucks. It's kind of pricey, but it is 2 pounds of brass, so seems about like it should, price like it should. Drill pump, 18 bucks. But if you've ever had to like pump, I don't know, oil out of a, you know, drum or something like that, and you don't have like the right tool, well, this will attach to your drill, and you put a, you know, cut off piece of garden hose on each end, and it's awesome. For 20 bucks, it's almost disposable. So like if you had diesel you're trying to move over, or from one tank to the next, or whatever, definitely check these out. Another thing is, we talked earlier about the Harbor Freight brand epoxies and glues and stuff. Also check their like name brand chemicals, because sometimes they're a buck or two or a couple bucks cheaper here than they are even like on Amazon. So definitely something to watch out for. Price shop, price shop, price shop, always. Because this is the last, probably most expensive item on the list, Jackery which one is this? Explorer 290. I bought one of these last year. It was not full price. This one is, they are now $199. This is an awesome deal. I had to use a store manager no exclusions coupon to get it down to like $240. It's ridiculous with tax. So these are amazing for, you know, I use mine a lot for camping, but it's also very handy just to have charged up, throw in the car, throw in the back of the truck. And if you need to charge your phone, charge the computer, charge, you know, run, you know, it's got 12 volt DC, 120 AC, and then 2 USBs. So if you need to charge, whatever you need to charge or run, this is really good. I think you can charge, I've got a iPhone 14. I've charged it 5 or 6 times on one of these charges, so what would that last? A week? These are definitely worth checking out, especially now since they're $199. That's way cheap for what you get. You could have saved so much money, but it's whatever. Okay, let's keep moving. All right, so let me show you what we're actually here for. We're actually getting one of these new titanium fixture table. So review coming soon. Thanks everyone for watching, and do what you always do. Take care of one another. I'll catch you on the next one, where we're messing with a welding table. Very excited. See ya.